All right, we are live on Shadowbammed. I'll put this link in here. StreamYard link is in there, and I will also let everyone know that we live. Now, will anybody join? I doubt it. But we're going to talk about your boy, Jurgen Klopp. Okay. I really hate Twitter on the low. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can this thing just work, please? Oh my God. There we go. Chat. Jurgen Klopp. Okay. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for nobody to join. Oh, then we will talk about your boy Jurgen. And yes, I have much more to say than just him leaving. I do have an article from 2018 that I'm pulling up. Because that's how I get down. That is how I get down. Okay. Ooh. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, because this is the We Made It podcast umbrella, and we don't play around. You know what I mean? Like, we're not just up here talking about the same things everybody else is talking about. That was weird. We gotta really get it in. You know what I mean? But I'll give it. Okay, it's already been 3 minutes. Let's get it cracking. Actually, so Jurgen Klopp has announced that he will be stepping down as Liverpool manager at the end of this season. I can appreciate him doing it at this time. I think that it's responsible to do it at this time, to like not let there be speculation like these players do about their careers. Yeah, I like that he was just like, hey, it's January. We got a few more months of the season, 4 more months or so. At the end of the season, I am leaving. But yeah, let's read some of the things he said before we get into his career and why Jurgen Klopp does not have tactics, which I proved many years ago. And I will get into that story. But today he said, with all the responsibility I have in this job, you have to be at the top of your game. I've been doing this 24 years now. When you have the career I had, it's almost impossible to start where I did and arrive at Liverpool. I always invested everything I had. I realize my resources are not endless, and I prefer to pack everything into the season and then have a break or stop or whatever. We're not young rabbits anymore. We don't jump as high as we did. I still think it's the right thing to do. I don't take these things lightly. I'm convinced it's right. I have no regrets, but a lot of special memories. He said that the players did not ask him any questions when he told them about his decision, but that the fight was there for the rest of the season. We have a really strong bond with the players, so they didn't ask questions because we are professionals. You can see the boys are in a really good mood. They weren't having a party when I told them, but it was just an announcement. Um, yeah. So, is there anything else to read? Um, oh, this is funny. He actually said, my manager skills based on energy and relationships. Interesting. Might also be telling y'all again he doesn't have tactics. But yeah, I'm not gonna read all of these quotes, but yeah, Jurgen Klopp, in his short time at Liverpool, which is already a big legendary club, he cemented himself. Liverpool hadn't won the league in a very, very long time, and they won it 2019. Well, the 2019-2020 season. They won the league. It was the first time in a minute. 2018, they won Champions League. 2021, they won Champions League. The 2021-2022 season. Um, yeah, winning two Champions Leagues and winning the league. He won the FA Cup one time. Did he win the Carabao Cup? Yes, they won the Carabao Cup one time. Wait, is this a treble? What are we doing here? 21, 22, 21, 22, 21, 22. They didn't win a treble, did they? How many times did Liverpool win a Champions League under Jurgen Klopp? Because I feel like they only won it once, right? Now I'm confused. Let me look at Mohamed Salah. Um, did they win a treble? FA Cup, EFL Cup, Champions League. Oh, because they didn't win the league, so it doesn't count. I'm tripping. Well, they won 3 trophies in 1 year. That's crazy. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp also won the league a couple times with BVB back in 2010, 2011. Two seasons in a row, run a double, went to the Champions League final 2012, 2013. They lost to Bayern, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's had a lot of success as a manager. They didn't have a great season last year, but like you're allowed. Um, Under his tenure, Mohamed Salah, I think, broke the scoring record for EPL. But I think Haaland broke it again, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, like I think like under Klopp, like Mohamed Salah became a legend. Incredible career. Like, what can you say? Um, he was always like really. I think he got his teeth fixed while he was at Liverpool too. If I'm not mistaken, he showed up with some raggedy teeth, but I think he got them teeth fixed while he was there. Probably Firmino was like, yo, I'm from Brazil. We got them good veneers. Future said, I'm in her mouth like veneers. Firmino probably took him down to Brazil, was like, here, go to this doctor right here. Yeah, it looked kind of shady, but they're gonna hook you up with the big porcelain joints. But yeah, he's had an amazing career. They won the Club World Cup. Caesar in her mouth like veneers. Yeah, he got his teeth fixed there. He won a bunch of trophies. I feel like he probably wished that he could have won the league another time. But lifting up the Champions League twice, getting the FA Cup, getting the Carabao Cup, getting the Club World Cup, getting a Community Shield one time for him after coming from BVB. And I think his first season at Liverpool, like it wasn't that great, but he did his thing. Let me look at his managerial stats. His win percentage was 60%. That's great. Um, Amazing career, honestly. And this is somebody, Jurgen Klopp, his playing career was spent in the second division of Bundesliga. I don't think he ever played in the Bundesliga 1 ever in his entire career. Like he wasn't like some excuse me, like elite player like that. But like playing in the second division in your whole career is not like terrible. Like you're a good athlete, obviously. But yeah, and he spent his most of his career at Mainz. He coached there for about 7 seasons. Then he went to BVB for about 7 seasons, and then he's here about 9 seasons. He's only 56, and it just seems like he wants to take a break. Like, it's probably just like, you've been doing this for a hell of a long time. Like, let me just take a little break. I'll come back in a little. Like Zidane. Is Zidane doing the same thing? Zidane won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. He's like, I got the big bag. Let me just go drink champagne on a super yacht in the Mediterranean. But yeah, I've always liked Jurgen Klopp. I've liked Jurgen Klopp because he seemed like somebody who fight for his players. Like he's not an asshole. He's not like senile like that. He's got a lot of personality. And he said it in them quotes. His coaching style is about energy and relationships. Sounds interesting. Now, let me take it back a few years. We made a podcast for a long time. I remember we did an episode and actually, no. I was talking about Jurgen Klopp and I was like, Liverpool, this is like back when they're balling, like 2018, they're balling. I was like, Liverpool, like 2018, 2019, something like that. I'm like, Liverpool is just like a strong team. Like they run hard, they're strong, they like never get tired, and they got good players. But like along with having good players, like they're just in really good shape, like especially at that time. But like, and then they press hard. But like I'm not seeing like tactics, so to speak, like how you see when you watch Pep's teams. And I remember this was back when BN used to have you could like say stuff, you could like respond to like the shows and stuff. I can't really remember how it used to work, but I remember one of the dudes, I can't remember his name, he was like Portuguese or something. He was saying how, like, talking about Jurgen Klopp's tactics. And I responded, I was like, Jurgen Klopp doesn't really have tactics like that. And he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, Jurgen doesn't have tactics. Like, they press, like, they look at the press, blah, blah. And I was just like, pressing is not tactics. Like, pressing is like a strategy that it's like something you do at certain points in the game. Like, and you don't need the coach to press. Like, you don't need the coach to say, like, players know how to press naturally. Like, it's just like basketball. Like, you press, it's just like, okay, we're going to press right now, and sometimes we're not. The thing about Liverpool is, like, they could press, it seemed like the whole match because they were in really good shape. But I'm like, pressing is not a tactic. Like, that's just like, hey, press right now. Or, like, just press the whole time. Like, we're going to try to force the team into mistakes. But, like where you go in the press, you can't coach that. Like you just go like where like this guy gets the ball, you press him. That guy gets the ball, you press him. You might anticipate where the ball's gonna go and like press that passing lane or something like that. But pressing isn't tactics. And so I told that fool on Twitter, I was like, I'm gonna prove to you that Liverpool doesn't, like Jurgen Klopp doesn't have tactics. And you know what I did? I proved it because I found an article where Jurgen Klopp himself talked about not having tactics. And I still have this article. And then if anybody wants to see it, I will send it to you. This is what Jurgen Klopp had to say about his own system. And yes, I'm going to read a lot. I guess they asked him about him playing a 4-2-3-1. He said we played it from time to time. We didn't only play it at the beginning when I came in. We played it last year. I think we played it in the last game. We played different systems, but I don't think too much about things like that. I'm always in the situation. I use my experience with only what I can remember. I don't go through my papers and think, what did we do in that situation? He's even saying, like, I don't even like watch film. He said, I'm pretty sure we played a diamond because I played it always when I had the opportunity to do it, bringing in two strikers and stuff like that. Our system, when we play with all three up front, is something like a diamond. It can be a 4-5-1, it can be a 4-3-3, of course, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-1-1. I'd prefer in most situations to name it is a good system. Then he goes on to say, this is the proof right here. But it's never about the system. It's all about the players. My job is to bring the players into the best position where they can help the team most with the things that they can do. If I can do it with the system, I do it. But it's not that we go through the week and be very creative with things like that, because in the end, the players need to play on instinct. If I need an hour or two to explain what I want from them, maybe I have got them in the mind, but I don't get them deeper. That's just English is his second language. Um, he goes on to say, don't make football more complicated than it is. The game has enough demands for the players that we don't need a manager who asks more questions. This is Jurgen Klopp saying that I don't have some tactical stuff going on. I just get him out there and say, do what you've been doing since you were a kid and press. That's what we're going to do, you know? And if you get tired, just let me know, I guess. He goes on to say about himself, he said he doesn't feel pressure. He said, I made a decision for long ago for myself. I give everything I have. I don't hold anything back. In this moment, I can't do better. I am really like how I am. I know a lot about football. Do I know everything? I don't think anybody does, but I know a lot about it. I expect a lot from myself, but there is no pressure. We want to win each game, and if we don't win it, then we want to win the next one. And this is like something that's likable about him. Like, Alex, you are a bit late, but it's okay. We've been talking about Jurgen Klopp, and right now I've been reading about how Jurgen Klopp himself said he doesn't have tactics. I'm not clowning the dude. I'm saying that, like, I was talking about how he's had an amazing career and he's an amazing coach. But I was reading, but like years ago, I mean, shit, I think 6 years ago now, I had to let a BN Sports pundit, I had to correct him with proof when he talked about Jurgen Klopp having tactics. I said he doesn't. And then the guy said, oh, like Liverpool presses so hard. And I was like, pressing isn't tactics, though. And he's thought that was silly. And then I sent him the article where Jurgen Klopp himself is saying he didn't have tactics, and then he never responded. Very whack. So much ego. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp not having tactics and talking about wanting to keep football simple and it's all about putting the players in the right place doesn't make him a bad coach, because that's what most coaches do. That's what most of them are doing. They're not like going on the pitch and saying like, oh, you know, do this and go here and make this triangle. Like, they're not doing that. I think literally only Pep is doing that. I was even thinking De Zerbi, like, oh, maybe De Zerbi's doing that because Brighton plays some good football. I don't think they do that for real. And I think they're doing that less this season because they have bad midfielders. But Pep does that. But I feel like he's the only one. And it hasn't always worked. Like, let's be honest. Since Pep has been at City, they've had success, obviously. But like, they wanted to win Champions League, and they weren't doing it. They literally lost to Tottenham in a semifinal. What it took for Pep to win Champions League at Man City was Erling Haaland. And Erling Haaland is like not the type of player that Pep has like really ever had. Like a big Hulk sulking center forward who was just like never touches the ball. No, he had Sergio Aguero and like Gabriel Jesus and like these guys who were like little and they just like get involved with excuse me, get involved with like that tiki taka ball. But once you got a deal where you can just send it in there, then they won Champions League. So it took like a step down from his like tactics for them to win Champions League. Um, because really football is like that. It's just not complicated. Um, they're not these coaches aren't coming there like teaching these guys something new. They're just like, yeah, just find the open pass, and it's okay if you don't get it. Just pass it back. It's okay, Um, there's a lot of luck in football. The ball can just fall to you, and you can go in, and then I remember when City won the league on the last match of the game of the season. I think they were playing Leicester, and it was 0-0 for so long. And then Vincent Company just shot a long ass ball and it went in. He hadn't done that all season. And I think it was the last match of the season. He shot some super long ball and it went in. And that's how they won the season. This is football. You know what I mean? So once again, like Jurgen Klopp, I think he's a great coach. I think he could be great at another club. But yeah, it seems like he wants to take a break, and I understand. Like, there's a lot of, even though he said like he doesn't feel pressure, there is a lot of pressure at Liverpool. There's a lot. It's the EPL. There's a lot of media. Liverpool's a huge club. They have hella fans. There's a lot of expectations. Liverpool's doing great right now. I feel like they're top of the league right now, if I'm not mistaken, in EPL. Let's see. Um, is there FA Cup matches today? Yeah, they're top of the. Oh, wow, they're top of the league by 5 points. Well, I guess City has a match in hand, but if City wins that match, like they're still like 2 points above them. Um, they've given up the least amount of goals in the league at 18. Um, they've scored the second most amount of goals with 47, only one behind City with who has 48. Liverpool's having a great season. Who's scoring goals of theirs? Mohamed Salah scoring. Mohamed Salah has 14 goals. He's tied with Erling Haaland. So yeah, they could possibly end this season with some trophies. I think they're still fighting for all four. They're still in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup. They can still win the league, obviously, and they're still in Champions League. No, wait, they're still in Europa League. I think they're in Europa, actually. Let me see. Is Liverpool in Europa, doggy? Wait. Is Liverpool in Europa or are they in Champions League? Am I tripping? Wait a minute. Is Liverpool in? Wait a minute. Liverpool is in Europa League, right? I wish there was somebody here to help me out. Oh yeah, they are in Europa League. They are in Europa League, but they're not playing yet. There's like some play-in matches for Europa League. Right. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp, see you, buddy. It's been real. Shout out to your new teeth. Hopefully you come back. You're still a young dude. You're only 56. You know what I mean? Hopefully you come back and coach somewhere. They probably want him to coach the German national team. Then there's also Jurgen's replacement. They're looking at Xabi Alonso. They're looking at him. Will he be a good replacement? He's doing great with Bayer Leverkusen right now. We'll see if they win the league. That'd be dope if they do. I feel like it'll be Xabi because I feel like didn't Ancelotti sign an extension with Real Madrid? Yeah, if he did, then like it'll be Xabi Alonso, and that'll be cool. Like he played at Liverpool for a long time too. So They probably talked about it. He was like, dog, like, can I leave? If I leave, will you come? He's like, yeah, I will. Okay, cool. Because I'm about to retire for a bit. And I'm about to hop on this super yacht. But yeah, anyway, Shadowbammed, I'm pretty sure this is episode 16. Yes. We will be back at some point. Uh, maybe, let me see what's going on with the FA Cup today. If I don't play soccer tomorrow, maybe I will hop on the Shadowbammed for maybe I'll hop on tomorrow to talk about whatever happens with this City versus Tottenham match in the FA Cup, because that's a big match. Ooh, Chelsea Aston Villa too. That's a big one too. But anyway, I will holler at y'all. Shadowbammed number 16. Thank you to Caesar and Alex, the homies, the Real Madrid fans, for dropping in. I will see y'all soon.